Right, so we're camping at a new campsite for a few days, and what's it called, Sandra?
It's called Stybeck Farm.
Okay, so
we're right next to Helvellyn. I'm very excited about this, although Neil isn't.
Okay, so to find the campsite, it's quite easy to miss the initial turn off, wasn't it?
Yeah, so it's right off the A591, so we thought it would be quite easy to find, but it wasn't, was it, Neil?
No. So what you need to do is look out for the signage, which is, you can see here, which is, there's a sign for the Mining Museum, and says St John's in the Vale, and turn right there. So we're going to have a little wander up and where to warn.
Before you kill it, this is coming from the Windermere direction towards Keswick.
Yeah, okay, so let's go back up to what happens next. Alright, so as you do the turning, what do you need to look out for?
Don't get too distracted by the amazing view, for a start. Go and show them the amazing view. It is amazing. Look at that. Anyway. So as you come up, there's a community hall on the right. There's a phone box. It looks like the road just carries straight on, but that is not the case.
No. Okay, let's just go up to where the turning is. Right, so this is where we went wrong and overshot, wasn't it?
By about 4 miles.
Yeah, so what happened?
So we paused briefly. Apparently it's Stanner Lane, but it just looks like a gravel path. So I was a bit like, is that definitely right? And by that time, Neil had already carried on. So we carried on for another 4 miles and then came back. But anyway, so you've got the telephone box, community centre car park, but you go up between the two and it's quite tight with a caravan on, I would say.
So that was really easy to miss, as I say. So we drove and our sat-nav said take a right turn, and we looked and just thought that was a dirt track, didn't we? Because the actual sign for the Stanner Lane is up here, which we'll go a little bit closer, yeah? Right, so as I say, it is signposted. But it's quite easy to miss that, wasn't it? So that's the where you come in. It's quite tight if you are towing a caravan. And say, look out for that telephone box.
And even coming the other way, it'd be pretty tight on there, wouldn't it? I think you'd have to probably swing the other way, I think, if you're coming from the other direction.
Okay. So you continue up this road. Okay. So there's some garages on the right. And if you look very carefully, you will see a Caravan Club. Actually, we're in Motorhome and Caravan Club as well, aren't we?
I think the Caravan Club has become the Motorhome and Caravan Club.
Okay.
If you did carry on straight on, that's the style to where you get to the path up the hill. Obviously don't take your caravan up there.
No, so when you come and find the campsite, you need to turn a right here.
I wonder if people ever go up there and get stuck.
Yeah, possibly. So this is where you come in. So there is some road noise you can hear when you're actually staying here, but it didn't really bother me too much, if I'm honest. And we're coming into the farmyard in a moment. Come through the buildings on your right and your left, and then park up on the hard standing. Where the farmhouse is on your right is where you can go and check in. And once checked in, we had a bit of an experience here, didn't we, Sandra?
Just a bit, yeah.
It all went very wrong, didn't it?
So had you known, ideally you'd swing as far as you can to the right and take the slope a bit more across the steepest part of the slope, but we haven't been here before, so Neil just went for it. It didn't really go to plan, unfortunately.
No. So unfortunately we came through the gate here, and this is on quite a steep incline, and
rough gravel.
Yeah, we got totally stuck here, and it took several attempts to actually get up. I was actually fearful that we would actually burn out the clutch, and there was a smell of burning rubber at one stage.
It was quite hairy, but we did get some help from a very nice gentleman who came to assist us.
He's packing up here and going there,
yeah.
And so you've got the farmhouse down here, and to the left there is toilet facilities, and there's a shower.
There is. So in general it seems ideally 4-wheel drive, or at least a snow locking mechanism like your Audi had, which we just sold, would have been helpful.
Okay. we're going to have a look up where the Shepherd's Hut is. So there's the site that we're on. Yesterday there was 5 of us on it. It is a CL site as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
So there's maximum of 5.
So yeah, so the shower's very nice when you get on.
Do you have to pay for the showers?
You do, but you get a generous amount of time, and it's a nice shower.
Good. So we're just a few seconds away. There's Shepherd's Hut. So there is fantastic views. And hello, Mr. Billy Goat.
Also, just to be aware, there are loose farm dogs, so if you bring a dog and it's not good with loose farm dogs, just to be aware. Yeah.
Well, all dogs to be on a lead. This is a working,
it's a working farm.
So the farmer is actually within his right to actually shoot your dog dead if it's off the lead.
So we left ours being dog sat by Lee, so we're okay this trip.
Yeah. So our caravan is just here, and there's the views. So say hello to the goat. Yeah, so we're in the corner over there, you know, Adria, isn't it? Sheep shearing at the moment, Sandra. Sheep shearing. Actually, just going to have a quick look up here to show what we've got. Hang on a moment, let's have a look. Okay, so there's no TV signal, but there is a satellite dish with 4 points on the LMB.
Which the owners kind of lent us a box.
So you can plug a satellite receiver in. So as he's running over into the caravan there, and you can get satellite television, can't you, off their shared dish.
You can.
And she borrowed us a receiver for free.
She did, which is very kind, I thought.
So these are the goats just randomly walking around the campsite. Okay, right. So you found a little path somewhere, haven't you, apparently, allegedly?
Yes.
Where's the little path?
I will take you there now.
Well, maybe we should have said there's some recycling and rubbish point as well, and that's where you get the water, isn't it? Where's the Elson point, actually? Do we know where the Elson point is?
She didn't actually say. We'll have to find out. But so they were saying yesterday that the rubbish should have been collected already, and nobody's come to collect the rubbish.
Right, so we're just walking out of the campsite, and that's a dried up. You call it a brook, stream, Brecon.
Probably.
Obviously, normally you're gonna have lots of water running off the hillside, aren't you? Oh my God, there's a car coming through over that way. So obviously we're on a bit of a heat wave at the moment, aren't we, Sandra?
Well, it's cooler than yesterday, but it's still very pleasant. Well, it's more pleasant today than it was yesterday, actually.
This Robin keeps following me. He came over to see me at breakfast, and he's there again. Hello, Robin. We found a friend, Sandra.
Yeah, we want some grass there.
Hello, donkey.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what you're after, isn't it? Yeah.
So we've just sort of walked up a little bit from the site. And I'm going to hit that stile shortly.
Any boring grass? Do you want it? Yeah.
Right, so I'm looking over the stile. So not to break my neck. Oh, stinking nettles. I've got my legs out. This is rare. Okay. Oh. Out of breath. Right, come on, Sandra, you're going through the gate.
You'll have to work out first.
And close the gate. What can you hear, Sandra?
We're nearly at the waterfall.
You're nearly at the waterfall. Can you hear it?
Had an early morning waterfall experience this morning.
Do we want to know? Oh. Wow, lovely view. Right. So here we are.
Indeed. Lovely.
Isn't it what?
Lovely. If I had found this last night, I would have definitely come and put my feet in it.
Put your feet in, I bet it's icy cold.
I know, but it was 30 degrees air temperature yesterday. It was a bit warm.
How cold is it?
Fine.
It's fine. You're going to get your bathing suit on and go and have a sit in it later. I dare you.
I might just do that.
Right, so there is a footpath up from the little waterfall, up till. In fact, there's some other people walking up there at the moment.
The official path goes along this dry stone wall and goes along the hill, but people do also seem to go up, although it's not the official path.
So we're looking over a dry stone wall, and that's the farm where we're staying. You possibly can't see, but on the left is some sheds, and the sheep are actually being sheared as we speak. So they're actually coming out of the shed that you possibly can't see. And behind a tree, where you can possibly see some white on the GoPro, is where our caravan is. And that's the views from there, isn't it? Okay, so Sandra's found a rock. She always has the urge to sit on a rock, don't you, Sandra?
Join me, it's very pleasant on here.
No, thank you. I don't do heights.
It's not that high.
Okay. Very pleasant, wonderful.